Hi, so welcome back again. Let us move on to the next cell organelle, that is chloroplast. So by looking into this slide, you can see these are our green leaves. So green leaves are meant for photosynthesis. Why these green leaves only meant for photosynthesis? Because you know these green leaves, their cells contains the pigment, namely chlorophyll. Where can you see this pigment chlorophyll? This is present in the cell organelle, that is plastids or chloroplast. So let us study the ultrastructure of chloroplast. So chloroplast of higher plants having disc shaped or oval structure. But when you consider these chloroplast, they are present in algae also, green colored organism. They are also photosynthetic. So you already discussed the diversity of algae, including different classes, especially in the chlorophyceae. You studied so many algae having different shaped chloroplast. So example, in Chlamydia monas, you know it is cup shaped. In Spirogyra, you know it is ribbon shaped. In Ulothrix, it is girdle shaped. In Edagonium, it is reticulate. Likewise, you studied. Clear? So in higher plants, the chloroplast having a definite shape, that is disc shaped chloroplast. Okay. And number of chloroplast that may vary depending upon the cells. When the area of leaf increases, the number of chloroplast may also increases. So in higher plants, several chloroplasts occur. But when you consider an algae, the number may be less. Okay. So chloroplast, while discussing its structure, you know the structure of mitochondria. Somewhat the same outer structure and certain similarity with the mitochondria. So in this structure, you can see there are membranes, outer membrane and inner membrane. That is known as double membrane envelope. And in between the membrane, there is a space known as periplastidal space. And light microscopic view shows chloroplast is having two parts, namely inside this inner membrane, the fluid filled space, that is known as what? Stroma, and that contain a structure that is known as grana or granules. They appear as granules under microscope. Okay, a single chloroplast may have 50 or more grana. So grana is the very important part of the chloroplast that carry the chlorophyll. And the fluid filled part of the chloroplast is known as what? That stroma. Okay, you know during the photosynthesis, there are two important events taking place. One is light reaction, another one is dark reaction. You know what is light reaction? This is the solar energy that is trapped by these pigments are stored in the form of chemical energy like ATP, NADP, etc. And now this chemical energy is used to convert or fix our carbon dioxide into the glucose. This is the event taking place. The second part is taking place in the stroma, that is the dark reaction. Okay. So grana and stroma both are very, very important. And these are two important parts of the chloroplast. So outer membrane, inner membrane, between space, that is periplastidal space, and inside fluid stroma having granules like structure known as grana. Grana contain chlorophyll, stroma contain enzymes. Okay, now see, this is the ultrastructure of the chloroplast. See, you can see the dark colored outline, that's the outer membrane. Light colored outline, that's the inner membrane. And inside the space, that is known as stroma. And what is present one by one above this unit is known as grana, and they are interconnected, etc. And this is a typical structure of the chloroplast. And what about grana? Under light electron microscopy, the studies revealed that they are the flattened membrane sacs called thylakoids. So in the last slide, you see these flattened membrane-like structure. These are known as what? Thylakoids. So they are arranged one above the other like stalks of coin. That's known as grana. And within this, they are tightly packed or closely packed, stocked together. And there is there is a space known as the thylakoid space in between. And membranes called stroma lamellae that interconnect or join the thylakoids of grana. Okay, see. There are stroma lamella here. You can see this structure, stroma lamella that join the grana. Okay. And these particles are usually present. They are spherical in shape like mitochondrial cristae inside the membrane. See, this is another picture of colorful picture of the that chloroplast cut open. And each unstalked thylakoid, sometimes they are flattened sheet. When you take one out from the thylakoid, they are having a flattened shaped, and thylakoid spaces are interconnected. They are found in higher plants as well as in green algae. So, grana is the unit that contains the stalks of thylakoids that contain the chlorophyll. Now, looking into this fluid filled space, that's grana. Grana is very important because they contain the many of the enzymes required for dark reaction. Okay, and they contains lipid deposits, plastoglobuli. Lipid deposit is known as, so I will show you. The liquid deposit is known as the plastoglobuli. They are present in the stroma. They are helpful for formation of membranes. Okay. And in higher plants, the large granule called stroma centers are found in stroma. That's only in higher plants, stroma centers present. The stroma center contain the enzyme RUBP carboxylase. This you studied in your physiology classes. This RUBP is very important enzyme required for dark reaction. See, this chloroplast, like our mitochondria, is also a semi-autonomous organelle. Why? Because it also having a DNA, a circular DNA, that is known as chloroplast DNA present inside this, and this chloroplast DNA makes this as a semi-autonomous organelle. It has its own ribosome also. Then another peculiar feature of chloroplast is biogenesis, the formation of new chloroplast from the mother chloroplast. That's biogenesis. So first, chloroplast develop that from a proplastids, a small group with a double membrane vesicles of only 1 ppm parts per million or 1 micrometer in diameter, very small vesicles, and new plastids formed by fusion of the proplastids. So first proplastids formed, then fusion of proplastids leads to new plastids. Okay, so they develop from pre-existing plastids. See, when they are exposed to light, they become chloroplast. Not exposed light, they become other organelles like leucoplast. Colorless plastids are known as leucoplast. Colored plastids are chromoplast. Green plastids are chloroplast. Okay, see, proplastid, lipoplast, amylase, lipid storing, starch storing, protein storing. Then when exposed to light, become chloroplast. Exposed to darkness, become ethioplast. Or without any light, they become the leucoplast or ethioplast. Functions. What is the main function? You know, photosynthesis. Overall function, photosynthesis. It includes helpful in light reaction and dark reaction. Okay. So that's all about chloroplast. So structure of chloroplast is very important. Double membrane system. The space is periplastidal space. Inside stroma. Stroma having so many enzymes. And stroma having the particles known as grana. Grana is actually stalks of thylakoids. They are flattened structures. They are interconnected by thylakoid stroma lamellae. Then having that chlorophyll inside. Then another peculiar feature is stroma contain enzyme for dark reaction. And the functions also. So that's all for about chloroplast. So have a nice day. Thank you.